Hey, Amarillo Wranglers fans, Nick Laupius with you here inside the Budweiser bullpen as we get you set to go between a big matchup between your Amarillo Wranglers and the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. It should be a fun weekend here at the bullpen. A couple of teams that haven't faced each other very often so far this season. Only 2 games between these two. That was earlier in the year in Corpus Christi, so the Ice Rays making their first visit to the bullpen this season, and the Wranglers looking to rebound after a couple of very tough losses, hard-fought losses against those New Mexico Ice Wolves last weekend, where the Wranglers played very well but kind of got goalied in those 2 games. Now, they got some great goaltending of their own. Carter Clafton, some big, timely saves, but unfortunately couldn't get some of those timely goals for him against that very stout New Mexico team who picked up those 2 big wins. So Amarillo dipping down in the standings a little bit, but coming in against Corpus Christi this weekend, who's only won 10 games, Wranglers an opportunity to pick up perhaps 4 big points if they can get a couple of wins against the Ice Rays this weekend. But diving right back into last week, and again, some very hard-fought losses against that New Mexico team. Coach Mahood was very pleased with the effort that his guys showed and is hoping that the lack of scoring doesn't frustrate them too much, because the process has been working, and they've been following the process, getting some great opportunities. But again, last weekend, both goaltenders made some big saves, and also a couple of bounces off of the post or just right on the goal line that never went fully over. So the puck luck not there for Amarillo last weekend, but Coach Mahood very happy with the effort, as this is what he had to tell me on the Amarillo Wranglers Coaches Show Wednesday night from 575 Pizzeria in terms of those 2 tough losses against New Mexico.
Well, I know you look at the North American Hockey League statistics that are presented by the North American Hockey League. We look at the ones that, of course, that we do ourselves. And, it's amazing as you see the growth of the team and the areas of growth. They come through in mathematics and they match up to what we call the eye test in hockey. And, the type of pace that we're playing with is pretty special right now. The puck is moving fast, players are moving fast, and that's been, as far as I'm concerned, a year and a half in the making since we started training camp. There a couple of years ago, is to play with pace, and not only do you want to play with pace, as you want to have the puck. And when we look at our analytics and our percentage of play with the puck, we're averaging, 4 or 5 minutes more than teams like New Mexico, who went all the way to the Robertson Cup last year. So very positive signs. Also, I can tell you that one of the things that wasn't always with our team last year was physicality. And I think on Friday night we had 57 body checks. In the 2 games we had 146 body checks. So it tells you everything you need to know about your hockey club, which is they're engaged in the process, they're playing with a lot of emotion, they're buying in and sticking to the process, and they're doing everything but putting the puck over the goal line. And sometimes that's the way hockey goes. But you've got a lot of guys that it's not their identity. So for us as coaches, we try and encourage that identity. So the fun part of it is that this is why you coach, is to help players, whatever it happens to be, all through the process, develop their game. So I give those kids a lot of credit. They work hard at their game every day.
So again, the Wranglers and Coach Mahood hoping that the frustration doesn't set in. Again, you heard, the process and trying to get some great things going offensively. Well, they go up against a Corpus team that they have struggled in terms of giving up quite a lot of goals. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, but a big weekend here at the Budweiser bullpen. Big weekend across the street over at the Amarillo Ice Ranch, as we got the crossbar up and running. So this will be the maiden voyage for the crossbar, actually starting today, and right at 4 o'clock from 4 to 7 p.m. today, you can celebrate $3 beers and $15 buckets. And so they're going to start doing game day happy hours, as you see right there on your screen, from 4 to 7 p.m. So we'll get that started this weekend. Again, $3 beers or $15 buckets. So it's going to be really cool. Want to check that out. Obviously, support the Ice Ranch. They've been working really hard to get that crossbar up and running. And today is the first time that they'll be able to get it going. And a perfect day as well, as they get it going on a game day here at the Budweiser bullpen. But some big things going on at the Ice Ranch, but some big things here at the bullpen tonight is our Dog Days of Summer. Vendors including the Amarillo Sod Poodles, West Texas Golf Cars, the Amarillo Zoo, and a lot more. It's going to be crowded. As you know, it was very cold this morning, so trying to get in that summer mentality. Dog Days of Summer tonight, and then tomorrow night is our Serve Pro Teacher Appreciation Night, courtesy of our friends at Serve Pro. Every teacher and a school faculty member getting a free ticket to the game, courtesy of Serve Pro tomorrow night. And again, those pregame specials over at the Ice Ranch, $3 beers, $15 buckets, should be a lot of fun. So a great weekend to kind of close out these 6 straight at home before the Wranglers hit the road for 7 straight, going up against El Paso, Shreveport, and Oklahoma City. So again, Amarillo, a couple of tough losses last weekend. Where does that put them in the standings as we take a look? Odessa's been playing very well, but Oklahoma, they continue to just kind of power through the division with 71 points on the year. Lone Star in second. New Mexico jumping up to the number 3 spot with their 2 wins last weekend. Shreveport right in the mix. As you see, Odessa now jumping up, and they had a big win. They put up 8 goals against Lone Star in a wild game Monday afternoon from the NITEC Sports Center. A crazy game, so Odessa a point ahead of Amarillo, El Paso, and Corpus Christi kind of rounding things out. And taking a look at these 2 teams, Amarillo and Corpus Christi, well, neither one of them really setting the world on fire within their last 5 games. Both teams have only won once in their last 5. Again, a couple of those tough losses against New Mexico for Amarillo last weekend, but you take a look at Corpus Christi, a couple of losses against Odessa. They got a split against El Paso, swept by Oklahoma. And so both these teams trying to right the ship here as we hit the final month and a half of the season, and the Wranglers have an opportunity to make up some ground, especially in these next 4 games, because they're upcoming games against here Corpus, and then in a few weeks taking on El Paso. So you see the 2 games this weekend against Corpus Christi, then on the road at El Paso. Corpus and El Paso combined, they only have 22 wins between the 2 teams. Those are the 2 programs that are underneath Amarillo in the standings. So again, these next 4 games could bode very well for the Wranglers if they take care of business against the 2 teams that are behind them in the standings. And then on the road at Shreveport, and Shreveport has been picking things up as of late. They've kind of been off and on, but the Wranglers, especially these next 4 games, an opportunity to pick up a couple of very big wins against Corpus Christi and El Paso, so it should be very interesting to see. This is a very young Corpus Christi team, only 3 O2s on the Ice Race team, so a lot of young talent that they're trying to build up for the next couple of years. A lot of young guys on the team, so Amarillo hoping to take advantage as they try to get those goals going. You heard again the process offensively, trying to get the process going. A couple of great goaltenders against New Mexico last weekend, now going up against Corpus Christi, who has some good goaltenders of their own, but they do surrender a lot of opportunities. So perhaps this weekend could be a springboard for the Wranglers offense to get up and running as we hit the last month and a half, and the Wranglers trying to make a push for the playoffs. So it should be a lot of fun. And again, one more time, just to kind of look at everything that is going on this weekend at the Budweiser bullpen. Again, we got those pregame drink deals at the Ice Ranch tonight in the Dog Days of Summer. A lot of tickets and giveaways coming up tonight, and tomorrow night Teacher Appreciation Night presented by Serve Pro. So you want to get on out to the Budweiser bullpen because this is the last time for 3 weeks that the Wranglers will be at home. So want to make your way out. Should be a fun weekend and a couple of great games coming up against an Amarillo team that is looking to scoop up some big points against a Corpus team that has a lot of young talent but just hasn't been able to find the win column very often. So it should be a good matchup this weekend. We can't wait to see you here at the bullpen. And puck drop tonight, 7:15. If you can't make it, watch on Hockey TV. Select that home audio, or you can listen to the radio call by going to Mixlr.com or downloading the Mixlr app and looking up Amarillo Wranglers Hockey. So that's how you can watch or listen to the game if you're not able to make it out to the bullpen, but you'll want to try and make your way out here. Dog Days of Summer tonight and Teacher Appreciation Night tomorrow night. Well, fans, thank you so much for tuning in here on Facebook Live. Nick Laupia signing off, and we'll see you in just a few hours right here from the Budweiser bullpen.